Hello, I'm Reverend Rick, and it is my honor to be with you today. We really hope that this video is a blessing to you. And if it is, please consider making a donation. People watch our videos locally when they cannot necessarily come to church throughout the United States and the world. So please join us and click the link below and make a donation. Thank you, and let this be a blessing to you. Let's prepare ourselves. Open your eyes. Open our eyes that we may receive the spiritual truth today. Open over your ears. Open our ears to receive the spiritual truth today. Cross your heart. And we open our hearts to receive the spiritual truth today. The spiritual truth I am dealing with today answers this question. What does love got to do with it? It has everything to do with it. Love has everything to do with it. Those of you who were around in the 80s and 90s understand that this is actually the story of Tina Turner. Now, I love overcomer stories. And she's one of those overcomers. So I love those stories. Now I shared with you a video earlier, and it's a video about Nick. Now I think the reason that I am so impressed with him is that he can do all the things I cannot do. There's only one thing on there that he does that I can do, and that's shave. Because even when he brushes his hair, I can't brush my hair. He plays golf. He plays soccer. All the things that I really cannot do. But when you look at him, you only see his limitation. But he has decided not to be limited by what you see. He has insight, and he has decided for his life to be meaningful. Now, when you see him, it's not as a result of trauma. He was actually born this way. He is one of the few people, less than 5 in the world, who are born with this genetic disorder. And he tells the story in his own autobiography, how at one time he was depressed. He thought no one would ever love him. He thought that no one would ever be able to live with him as a wife, or that he would ever have children. But somehow or another, he found the love of God, and he has both. He has a wife and 2 children. So though he has no arms and legs, some's working. But I love overcomer stories. I love them. I love them. So we are almost at Christmas, and if you want a Christmas story, you have to come back tomorrow night at 7:30 for the Christmas story. 7 o'clock? Excuse me, you have to come back at 7 o'clock for the Christmas story. I want to talk about Advent. I want to talk about the spirit of expectation, of optimism. The fact that you can feel the excitement on your inside. You know something is going to happen. You're just not sure what. And even though this is the season of Advent, I hope you live throughout 2019 with a spirit of expectation. See, in Advent, there are 4 major themes. One is hope, it's peace, joy, and the 4th is love. And that's where the theme comes from this morning. Love has everything to do with it. See, love gives us the power to live in the light. It gives us the power to love, even in difficult situations. See, we choose to love. It is a choice. It is a decision. And if we don't choose, we retreat to fear. And when we fear, it always results in violence. See, it may not be physical violence, but you know when you wish someone wrong, It's violent. It's the same thing. And so you don't have to choose to fear, but you have to choose to love. Because if you don't, we naturally end up fearful. Now, this Christmas story starts with a star. The star comes. It's just to identify that something special is about to happen. Everyone sees the star, but people have a different understanding of what it means. First, the one that is fearful. Herod hears about the star, that it identifies the king of the Jews being born, and he decides to become violent. He plans to kill every child less than 2 years of age. But there are others who see the star. The shepherds see the star, and they hear good news, which shall be unto all people. The Magi come because they see the star and they see that something fantastic is about to happen. And so they come from far away just to see what will happen. See, on the surface is how we see with our eyes. That's our eyesight. But our insight is the wisdom. It is the place where we give meaning to our experience. And we give the meaning. No one else can give us the meaning. So what does love got to do with it? I think you have to do at least 3 things. You have to hear what God is saying. You've got to see what God is doing. And you have to know that the love of God is so set in our lives that there is absolutely nothing else, that the entire universe is for you and never against you. If you feel any form of condemnation, understand this: it is probably not from the spirit of love. Because with love there is power, there is authority, and there is also potential. So we have this good news. And so the good news is what we should be carrying as well. It's not just that we recognize tomorrow that Jesus was born. It's that we were born. Okay? We all came here the same way by the incarnation of Spirit. And it is that Spirit that is within us that desires to reveal itself to the world. And it reveals itself to the world as love and light. And it is the only way the world receives the love and light is from us. Because we are meant to be light in the world. So within us is this divine spirit. It is this desire to reveal all that is holy, all that is sacred, that resides within us. The question is how do we walk and live in the light? Stay woke. See, stay woke means that you look for the meaning beyond what is obvious. You go beyond your eyesight and you reach into the insight to find the meaning of the situation. You know, it comes from political activism that says, yes, we are all equal. That's what we say. But we know when we look deeper, when we stay woke, we recognize that we are not. Women still make less than men. There is still gender issues. And that spirit still continues in our world today. But we are to stay woke because we have to choose to resist the actual seduction of becoming fearful. We must choose to live and operate in love. So as we continue this Christmas season, as we go into 2019, make a decision that everywhere you go and everything that you do, you will do it from the spirit of love. If you do not, where you are will have a void that only you can fill. See, there is a thing called divine providence. It just means that we are there, and because we are there, we are supposed to be there, and we are supposed to demonstrate love wherever we are and whatever we do. Live next year and forever with this spirit of optimism, of expectation, and of excitement. It allows the ability for us to share love so much easier. What's love got to do with it? Everything. And so it is.